seen the evidence in this pandemic thus far that no one has been quite ready to deal with this disease, and countries in Africa are in no different a situation, and some in a more precarious situation. Having said that, countries in Africa have a long history and a very recent history of dealing with large-scale epidemics. We've seen many countries in Africa deal with large-scale cholera outbreaks over the last couple of years, deal with Lassa fever, deal with measles, deal with meningitis, deal with multiple outbreaks of Ebola. In my more than 25 years responding to outbreaks, I have found African countries, and particularly communities in Africa, to be exceptionally resilient, hugely creative, and capable of mounting responses right from the community level up. Clearly, we need strong governance. We need strong, integrated government leadership. The UN system is fully activated to support countries in Africa in preparation. We have established laboratory diagnostic capacities in every country. We have sent personal protective equipment to nearly every country in Africa. Our country offices are deployed in all countries in Africa and have been there for years, and are working very hard with government authorities on integrated national action plans for response. And again, all countries in Africa have those plans now in place. The challenge is implementing those plans at all levels, from the community right the way through to the head of government. We're seeing strong leadership from heads of government in Africa, but the challenges are great. There are many large countries in Africa with high populations. Africa has become an urban continent over the last 20 years. More than 50% of people in Africa live in cities and increasingly in high density peri-urban settings. So the challenges are great. We have seen what can happen when infectious diseases can spread very, very quickly in those situations. So there's a huge need to protect populations from infection. There are highly vulnerable populations in many countries. There are large numbers of refugees, which are very kindly hosted by many countries. In fact, Africa has the highest burden of refugees in the world, and African countries host more refugees than any other continent. There are large numbers of vulnerable patients who have HIV or living with HIV and many other challenges. But Africa is strong, and with good leadership, with rapid implementation, we can save lives too.
Then what we know now, that a new virus would emerge that would bring many parts of society to a standstill, including the beautiful game itself. Many football matches have stopped, but our collaboration has become even more important during these difficult times. In fact, it's given us the opportunity of working together more closely than we imagined with FIFA. Football can reach millions of people, especially younger people, that public health officials cannot. Today, it's my great pleasure to welcome my dear brother, Gianni Infantino, President of FIFA, to talk about our joint campaign to pass the message to kick out coronavirus. I'll repeat that. This is a campaign we're starting jointly called Pass the Message to kick out coronavirus. Pass the message to kick out coronavirus. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank FIFA for its generous contribution of $10 million to the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. Thank you, my brother, for your generous contribution. To date, the fund has raised more than $70 million in just 10 days from more than 187,000 individuals and organizations to help health workers on the front line to do their life-saving work, treat patients, and advance research and treatment and vaccines. I would also like to thank TikTok for its contribution of additional $10 million US, and for its valuable support in helping to reach its large young audience with reliable health information. Speaking of which, our new WhatsApp health alert, I will repeat this, speaking of which, our new WhatsApp health alert has now attracted 10 million users since we launched it last Friday. This is just in 4 days, delivering reliable health information directly to their mobile phones. Details on how to sign up are on the front page of our website. The Arabic, French, and Spanish versions will be launched this week. And this is the best way to be connected directly with people. So thank you, Gianni, for your support and the support of the whole football.
For more latest news and updates, visit www.thehent.com.